What's up? Fly roadside guy checking in one time for the one, you know how we do. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you new. Anybody that's looking to get into the dump truck business, if you're starting out, if you're a company driver, if you're looking to get in the dump truck business and you got your own truck and you're thinking about getting started, understand, just like a lot of businesses, I mean, you got to work your way up. You know what I mean? You're going to be on the bottom of the totem pole. You damn near like a rookie. You know what I mean? You're a rookie in the league. So I say all that to say, like, when I got started, I kind of got blessed because I was with a company and I guess my boss used to work with, or he had a connection to the contractor. Long story short, my old boss gave the contractor my information when I got my own truck. And then that contractor reached out to me and said, hey man, I heard you got a truck. I need you to do me a favor. I guess she needed some work done by the airport. And what he said was, man, if you look out for me, man, I'll keep you busy, man. I mean, if you got one truck, I'll keep you rolling. I'll keep you busy. And to be honest, I'm still working with that customer, that contractor to this day. So, you know, it wasn't all peaches and cream. Like I say, I mean, you had to work your way up. You're going to have to take some trips that might be a little bit further than you accustomed to wanting to travel. But when it's all said and done, you're the owner operator, you're your own boss. So you can decline or accept the offer or the dispatch. But keep in mind that the more you decline, the more likely the chances are that the companies will not reach out to you because you'll be mostly, you know, typecast as unreliable or somebody that's not really trying to work. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of stories of drivers out there, truckers, dump truckers specifically, who, you know, they'll take a job and then they'll back out the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. There's another contractor that I was signed on to a couple years ago. They will keep you busy as well, but trust and believe. I mean, they got a whole bunch of trucks. So if you sign on with a company, if they got a fleet of 50 or 100 trucks, I mean, this contract that I signed on, he had over 100 trucks. So needless to say, he had a lot of work. They had a lot of work. But, you know, when you're starting out and you the low man on the totem pole, trust and believe, you're not going to get the best loads or the best job. You know what I'm saying? And I want to summarize this by saying also, if you're thinking about getting in the dump truck business and your truck is unreliable, you know, that's going to play a part in the jobs you take as well, because not only are the customers and the contractors, you know, we all know the game. We know that the truck's going to break down. They're going to have its issues, but you don't want to have a truck that's constantly breaking down. You know what I mean? That's constantly in the shop. You know what I'm saying? So understand, you know, get you a truck. If you're going to get a truck, a newer truck, and, you know, have probably a little maintenance, but your overhead might be a little bit more than you anticipate, hey, just, you know, get in the business and try to keep your contacts and your networks open and find somebody that's going to keep you busy. Because what you don't want to do is have a truck paying on the note, paying on the insurance, the truck is in the shop, and you don't have no work. But then it's all about the relationship. So if you look at some of my previous videos, I made a video about relationship building. I might leave a link in the description. Y'all can click on that. Check that video out. But yeah, networking and relationship building, man. I was talking to a buddy of mine and he was asking me about, you know, deciding on what jobs to take, whether I should, you know, take a job with, say, a contractor. They might have a job for going on for 3 weeks, hypothetically, and the job might not be paying that much. But then there's another contractor or broker, customer B, they might have a job, might not be going on for that long, but it could be paying more. It's like, well, what do you do? his opinion was, well, I'm gonna take the job that's paying more money. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. You go where the money's at, but guess what? At the end of the day, that broker, that contractor might not have substantially a lot amount of work going on for the year. So you go follow that money, and you might get a nice $6,000 for the week, $4,000 to $6,000 for the week. But guess what? Next 2 months, that broker or that customer that you ran for that week because he needed a favor, now you SOL. Now, as long as you communicate and say, yo, all right, I'm going to take a job with you. I'm going to run a day here, there. All right, cool. But sometimes, you know, it's just the elements you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was supposed to run a job this week. A guy called me for a dirt job, but I ain't even get a chance to make it over there because my other contractor called me, and I'm trying to not necessarily stay loyal, but I'm going to run with the customer that's going to keep me busy. You know what I mean? Like, the guy that called me for the job, I didn't really have nothing going on. I would have ran, but circumstances didn't allow me to do that. You know what I mean? The weather played a part, and then when my other contractor called me for a job, I took the job, and I know when it's paying. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things, a lot of intricate things you gotta deal with in dump truck business, man. Knowing when your pay's gonna hit. You know what I mean? Take care of your expenses, take care of your truck insurance, you know what I mean? Handling everything else, you know what I mean? Starting your truck up from time to time. In the wintertime, I mean, you gotta be at these trucks, man. The tires will lose air, your batteries will start to get weak if you're not over here starting these trucks up. It's a lot of stuff going on. But ultimately, you just wanna stay busy. I mean, that's the goal, to stay busy, get as many days in as possible. And yeah, if you like this information, you want more information, like, subscribe, man. It's the Fly Roadside guy, man. And I'm out.
You been living up.